Now, live in studio, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. He's a successful entrepreneur, published author, top listing agent, a real estate and finance expert that goes to bat for you every day as a consumer advocate. Your host and the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes.
Yes, here we are again another day committed to picking a fight with the mainstream media and providing you the timely truth centered around real estate, credit, finance, business, and so much more. You're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show, where our number one goals are to educate, entertain, enlighten, but most importantly, we want to engage you in an effort to help you win in any marketplace.
The only thing I'm addicted to right now is winning.
Pull out your smartphone, save our Consumer Advocate hotline number in your phone. It's 813-670-7372. That's our Consumer Advocate hotline. You can call or text that line with any questions, comments, concerns. Save our hotline number in your phone, 813-670-7372. And we want you to bookmark our website, consumerqb.com. A plethora of information available for you. You can see links to all of our expert contributors at consumerqb.com. And we'd love to engage you. That's the way you can reach out. Last week we had some great calls from folks looking for credit improvement, estate sale advice. There's so many ways that we can help you with this quarterback show that we've set up almost 4 years ago now. 7 or 8 different types of attorneys that are associated with the show. So we want you to ask the QB. Reach out and let us answer these questions. And this segment is brought to you by our official restaurant partner, Brio Tuscan Grill at the International Plaza in Tampa. 2223 North West Shore Boulevard in Tampa. Brio Tuscan Grill is located off of Bay Street next to the Renaissance Tampa Hotel at the International Plaza. Excellent food, wide variety on the menu. And at Brio Tuscan Grill at the International Plaza, you will discover an awesome Italian menu, drinks, and a cozy atmosphere, bringing you the pleasures of the Tuscan country villa to Tampa. So it's our official restaurant partner now over at the International Plaza. We love going over there and enjoying a friendly staff and having some great time to fellowship with our partners and prospects. And we are looking for business partners as well. So if you're a business owner out there, maybe looking for some really unique ways to get exposure and be featured as an authoritative expert on our show, we'd love to talk to you as well. All right, let's go around the horn now. It's Intelligent Talk Radio. I've got some intelligent folks here in studio with me. James Lascano, first up. James Lascano, business broker, Transworld Business Advisors. Welcome in, James.
Thank you very much, Brandon. As always, I love being here and being part of the team and enjoy the enthusiasm and the type of great attitude we take towards our wonderful city that we live in, Tampa Bay.
That's right. Best place to live, work, and play. And a lot of positive things happening. Also in the house, Stanley Armstrong, estate sales specialist, everything but the house, ebth.com. Welcome in.
Thanks, Brandon. Excited to be here back on the show again with you guys. Just really excited for everything that's going on right now across the country for the estate sales. And I'm glad we can be partnering with you guys to be able to help people out with their needs.
Absolutely. With shows like American Pickers and Antiques Road Shows, I mean, it's a very popular area to explore. And everything but the house is a very unique model. So stay tuned for more information about that. And also, we always start our show with a little personal development. We want you to call that audible out there. Sometimes in life, you got to call that audible. And I was reading this week, and I was thinking about one of my favorite actors of all time, Jim Carrey. And it was a great story there. If you haven't heard the story, he was on the Oprah Winfrey Show, and he talked about how he was able to manifest his career, and he was able to manifest a $10 million check. So he literally wrote a check to himself for $10 million in the memo line he wrote, for acting services rendered. So in the beginning of his career, he's, like most people that are struggling out, whether an actor, struggling in the beginning, a singer, and he's running around, he's doing these gigs. I remember I loved him on In Living Color. We were kind of joking about that a while back with Fire Marshal Bill and some of his great, actors that he had, or characters that he had. So we talk about that in life, and the way that he did it is he wrote that check to himself, and he manifested this greatness that he was going to be, and he just had the passion, and he would meditate, and he would manifest this, and he carried that check with him in his wallet. And then when he got the script, he got Dumb and Dumber, and we got some clips here, so let's...
I'm ready to go in, Coach. Just give me a chance. I know there's a lot riding on it, but it's all psychological. Just got to stay in a positive frame of mind.
positive frame of mind, right? So he had this check, $10 million, carried it with him for years, and then he got the job for Dumb and Dumber. He got that acting job, and then he was able to realize the $10 million dream. So I want you to know it's available out there. It's the universe wants to give it to you. All you have to do is work hard and have these goals. And there's a lot of different strategies which we talk about here on the show. So we can go into that as we progress here. But it's intelligent talk radio. We don't care if you're climbing a corporate ladder, if you throw a ladder in your truck on the way to work. This show's for you. We want to help you win. And as the owner of Platinum MVP Realty, I want to let you know about an open house that we have going on as well in a hot new listing at 5208 East Longboat Boulevard in Tampa. This is in the Bayside West subdivision in kind of town and country area there. 5 bedrooms, 3 and 1/2 bath, $855,000. Beautiful property here, over 4,100 square feet with a pool, with a spa, with bay access to Upper Tampa Bay. A great buying opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay is 5208 East Longboat Boulevard, as well as just listed in Tarpon Springs, 380 Bridle Pathway, Tarpon Springs. This is a Keystone property in the Keystone Bluffs area. It's 4 bedrooms, 2 bath, pool home, over 1,800 square feet, Keystone Bluffs, $299,000, list to sell, or price to sell quickly here in beautiful Tampa Bay. The weather is sweet. We've been seeing our share of rain lately, but let's go ahead and jump into this great content here in studio. We're going to start off with James Lascano. Now, he's an expert in the area of business advisor, and he's a business broker. So when we look at businesses, you're buying, you're selling, you work your whole career, you're building up this awesome business, but a lot of business owners, they don't prepare for that end of the road when they're looking to retire, James. They don't have that system in place. So let's talk about that.
Definitely. Thank you very much, Brian. As always, I love being here. One of the key things also is that I really respect the company I work with, Transworld Business Advisors. The more I work with other brokers at times, it shows me the challenges that how easy Transworld brings you and brings in a transition process that we can go ahead and work with either buyer or seller. And that couldn't be I couldn't explain it even better from a recent experience that I had. That I was working with another broker, and we're going ahead and he has a buyer and I have the seller, and the broker had failed to explain to his buyer the differences between adjusted seller's discretionary earnings and adjusted EBITDA. And basically what that is adjusted seller's discretionary earnings means that when you do an evaluation on a business, the salary of the owner is as a working owner. So very simple would be, look, if a business is saying that it's netting $100,000 a year, whatever salary that may be, if it's $50,000 to the owner, that's included in that price.
Right.
Yeah. But if we were to say the adjusted EBITDA price is $100,000, that means that the seller is actually using this more of as an investment. I mean, that person has not been working the business. They have a management team in place, and that is it's all taken care of in that manner. It's more like an investment for them. And this person was not made aware of that. So the comical point of it is we're in a phone call for an hour in a conference call, and I had to explain it to this person 3 times. And she has her financial advisor on the phone with her, and she has her broker. And as I'm explaining to her, finally, she just gets frustrated. And I explained it 3 different ways, and she finally got frustrated. And I couldn't simplify it anymore.
Yeah.
And she went ahead and she asked her financial advisor. Yeah. She just asked him, "Look, can you jump in and help me out here?" And he just said he can't explain it any simpler. It's a simple as he explained.
So, and you deal with the frustration in business, and you try to explain it. So how'd that story go?
Well, what ended up happening was, unfortunately, the lady, the broker had not explained it thoroughly, and she was already in about 3 weeks into purchasing this business, and she ended up not understanding it. And she ended up saying, look, I can't do this, because he had failed to explain to her the actual net revenue of what she was going to make.
Right.
And she didn't, and the problem was she didn't want to work.
Yeah.
And she said, I'm not going to work. And I'm like, well, then you need to look at something else, because this is the investment is as you being a working owner.
Well, couldn't she find a manager to run the place, or? She
could, but when you do an evaluation of this, the revenue stream is not enough to be able to support that. The business already had a manager in place. The thing is that it needed someone to oversee everything, and there's some income that comes from that. So
Okay.
if you do that, you're going to lose at the end. I mean, that's why when we evaluate businesses and we evaluate a business at adjusted seller's discretionary earnings, the platform that we use as a formula is different than when we evaluate something with adjusted EBITDA.
Couldn't they just make an offer?
I'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
They could just make an offer though.
They had an offer.
Okay.
It had changed because she didn't understand the process, and she was trying to make a better deal up front to go in with less income. But
Okay.
then she had to pay it at the end, and the broker was very creative on how to do the financial aspect. He wasn't creative enough, to my sense, to explain it to her the way it was going to work.
Yeah, it's frustrating.
And yeah, that was frustrating because I said, look, we wasted all this time, and you could have solved this problem right off the bat by just saying, hey, do you know that you're going to have to work this?
Right.
And if she wasn't willing to work it, then this is not the business for her, or she needs to invest more money, because the money that she wants to make is not comparable to the amount of money she wants to invest too. You can't walk into a business and say, look, I have maybe $20,000 to invest. I want to buy a $50,000 business, but I want to make $50,000. It's not going to happen. A bank
Sure.
can't do that. You know, they won't
Yeah.
even bill until. So you got to be able to go in there, and that's what we do. At Transworld, we'll go ahead and explain every aspect before we move forward to say, look, I want you to know what's going to happen before we proceed, so we make sure that we look at the right business for you, and we make sure that we find that business that's going to be able to provide you with the necessary income. We do that a lot also with people that are trying to get E2 visas. And we have to make sure we
consultative
do.
approach. I
Exactly.
love that. So
We
James
have to.
Lascano, Transworld Business Advisors, and we're also coming up. We're going to talk with Stanley Armstrong, estate sales specialist here, everything but the house, and we're expecting a call in from Paul Romero as well. He's the director of sales and marketing with our official hotel partner, the Hotel Zamora, as well. So stay with us. Don't touch that dial. Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace. Giving a shout out to the Maids Cleaning Service. They do a great job cleaning our real estate properties. 24-hour, 100% satisfaction guaranteed by the Maids Cleaning Service. They are referred for a reason. We'll see you on the next side of the break.
Hey everybody, I'm Forbes Riley, celebrity TV fitness host and creator of The Spin Gym. I'm here today with Brandon Rhymes, and you're listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show. Great ways to get happy, healthy, and wealthy.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, Quarterback Show, Platinum MVP Realty, and a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. A couple of hot listings I want to let you know about. 7657 132nd Way in Seminole. This is a great property in Whispering Forest. Just reduced the property price here at 4-bedroom, 3-bath property, and it's got a pool, no HOA or CDD, and it's a great opportunity at $399,000. We just reduced it to $399,000, and we've got a great opportunity here at 701 East Crenshaw Street in Tampa. This is a completely renovated property as well, reduced down to $259,000 here. Great opportunity, an exceptional remodel, worth a look. It's a pool home in a great area of Tampa, close to a lot of the downtown areas. 2,300 square feet. Great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And we want to give a shout out to Felicia Lacaille with Healthy Gourmet, all organic veggies, natural proteins delivered fresh 3 times a week. Meal plan starting at only $90 per week. Optimal fuel and optimal performance. And it's an awesome opportunity to have food delivered to your home or office with Felicia Lacaille, Healthy Gourmet. Organic veggies, natural proteins delivered fresh. And I love it when Monday, Wednesday, Friday roll around. I got a new order there, all types of different food. And it's a great opportunity to have diversity in your meal plan as well. I love it. You never know the different types of proteins that she's going to be mixing in that day. So it's awesome. Healthy Gourmet, longtime friend of the Quarterback Show, and we appreciate that. All right, we're back here in studio helping you win in any marketplace. In studio today, James Lascano, Transworld Business Advisors. We also have Stanley Armstrong here in the house as well, estate sales expert, everything but the house. And we are expecting a call in from Paul Romero, the Director of Sales and Marketing with our hotel partner, the Hotel Zamora on beautiful St. Pete Beach. By the way, if you're thinking about a staycation, book the room over there, give them a call, and let them know the Real Estate Quarterback sent you, and you're going to get a 15 to 20% discount off of your room stay. And wow, these beautiful pictures here. If you're watching our stream show, the pictures are just amazing. The Castile restaurant on the inside there. You've got the pool area outside. Rooftop is just awesome to catch those rooftop sunsets on the top of the Hotel Zamora there at the Rooftop 360 Lounge. All right, we're back here in studio. So we were talking with James Lascano. Let's go ahead and bring Stanley Armstrong into the conversation as well. And Stanley, everything but the house, estate sales. I just love what you guys are doing over there. You're innovating. You're changing the whole estate sales space, man.
Yeah, absolutely, Brandon. Thank you again for having me on the show today. It was funny as I was listening to James talk about clarity when you're discussing deals, and that's one of the things that EBTH has really tried to revolutionize with us. Is our agreement with the sellers typically it's a page and a half, and everything on there that we're doing is disclosed right up front as far as fees. We are a estate sale company that will come in, empty out the house, take everything that's sellable. Sell it on a live 7-day auction, 5 to 7 day auction, depending on what the client wants us to do there. We have that option. And then we also are, we just take a percentage commission, just like the realtor does.
Yep.
When the realtor sells the house, we're just going to take a commission on whatever that total sale is. And it's typically a 60-40 split. I mean, the client's going to get 60%, and EBTH is going to take 40%. There are rare cases when we'll have what we call a hoarder home, not necessarily to the level that you see on the TV show, but if it's a poor working environment, very cluttered, very crowded, then obviously we've got to be able to justify, since we're not charging for our service, but we take the 48% commission. So even still, but we don't take any hidden fees, no credit card processing fees. I mean, everything's included in that 40 or 48%. In most cases, the only thing that may even become potential or come out of that is if we have like a lot of junk removal, and we have to hire in a junk company to come in to clear out the house. And obviously, but that's disclosed right there in our contract, very clear. Right. We make all of our reps, across the country, make sure that our clients know that there may be an additional charge that doesn't come out of their pocket. Actually, will just come out of the commission check of their sale. So still, it's never any money out of their pocket. And that's a great benefit, because for us, being a non-traditional estate sale company and no geographic boundary, we typically will get 3 to 5 times higher proceeds for the stuff that they're selling than for the people that are trying to sell local or sell peer-to-peer using these other apps that people use. So anyway, it's just such a great
real
option.
Simple. You look at it; it's a real simple decision. You either a lot of people, and I see it in the real estate space too. They're going to put a sign in the ground and call that a marketing plan,
Right?
So and the same is true in your business with estate sales. You see sometimes there's signs in the roadways, and they might get X amount of cars from whatever thoroughfare there is, and that's ultimately their marketing plan in a lot of cases. Whereas you guys 10x that.
Yeah, absolutely. Because when you look at this, I mean, if anybody's ever been to a traditional estate sale, you're going to see there's typically maybe 100, maybe 200 people that come and walk through that home on that Friday or Saturday afternoon. And you take it back to us and you look at our numbers right now. We have over 1 million active buyers on our website, which is ebth.com. But we have 1 million active buyers from over 150 countries now that we've actually shipped to. So when you look at that platform, nobody's touching what we do. And I mean, anybody in any business space can look and go, wait a minute. If I had a restaurant, you can look at the guy that owns the local pizzeria down the street, or you can look at Papa John's, and Papa John's does way more volume. And, that's exactly what we're able to do. We're averaging right now, over 350 estate sales a month. And we're on track to do in June this year. We're on track to do this month. Actually, we're on track to do over 500 estate sales in June.
Wow.
And so when you look at a company that's doing 1 or 2 estate sales a month, to barely get by and pay their bills, and you got a company that's doing, we did $61+ million in sales last year.
Nice.
I mean, nothing else out there compares to what the offering that we're giving the clients.
Show them the money, that's for sure. Now, so is there a seasonal, like when do you see the hot season? Is it more the spring, people are doing spring cleaning, getting ready to sell real estate, or what?
Well, in this industry, it's interesting. It can depend on city based on where your base people are based out of. We are countrywide, but because of the nature of our business, people are always moving. People are always downsizing, and unfortunately, people are passing away. And in our industry, we are going to be able to help in all those situations. So we're fairly consistent across the year with that market, just because we've got our real estate partners. Our real estate are about 50% of the business that we get comes from our real estate partners that they bring in business because they're the ones that are selling the houses. And when people go, well, man, I'm moving, I don't know what to do with this stuff, or I don't, they want to close quickly. They can call us and say, hey, we've got a partner. They're going to come in here and they're going to take care of everything for you guys. They're going to sell. If it's got value and they can sell it, they're going to sell it. And if it doesn't, so when you start looking across the country, we don't really have. I mean, we're pretty consistent throughout the year. Even at Christmas time last year, or this past year, we had a sale that ended 3 days after Christmas, and that sale did over $790,000.
Wow,
and that's 3 days after Christmas.
Wow.
So yeah.
That's a big one. Which city was that in?
That was high end things that had come in from different cities that they did a combine, and they called it the EBTH landmark sale.
Nice.
That's where we sold our Jean Baptiste Camille Corot painting that went for $120,000. So when people are looking for art they need to sell and they think, I saw the Bees or Christie's are their only options. Well, not anymore. EBTH is now their option, where we're going to be able to get that buyer's audience out there for them. So it's really, really awesome.
That's really cool. I love the innovation. I love to see that, in the marketplace. The innovation. It was a flawed model. Your founders came in and said, "Hey, here's a better way to do it. Here's a better mousetrap," is what they say. The mousetrap in the entrepreneurial world. I don't know where a better mousetrap. But yeah, it's awesome, man. I like that.
Thank you. Yeah. So the founders really had a great vision. And I'm really excited about what they put in place for us, and we're excited about expanding. We're in 27 cities right now across the country, obviously shipping to over 150 countries for the items that we sell, but we're really excited about just expanding and being in every major city in the United States.
Yeah. Who pays the shipping on that?
The shipping's the client pays it. So not the client that we signed the deal with, but the buyer. The buyer of whatever item that they buy, they pay shipping. They can always do a quote. Whether they want to pay ship, or they can even go pick it up. If they want to search things that are for sale in a local market, they can drive and pick it up for free.
Okay. Awesome. Yeah, I'd love it. So if you're out there listening and this something resonates with you, there's a couple ways you can engage with us. ConsumerQB.com. Submit the form at ConsumerQB.com. On the right-hand side, you'll see that contact form. It comes directly to us, and we'll make sure we get you in touch with Stanley Armstrong, estate sales specialist, everything but the house. And maybe if you're looking to buy or sell a business, James Lascano, Transworld Business Advisors. He's a business broker, and he's also offering that valuation. Is it a free valuation that you're going to do for him, James?
Yeah, I'll do it through the show. I'll give free
So
valuation.
a free valuation. So if you're a business owner out there, I mean, that's a tremendous value. Find out what your business is valued at. You know, James Lascano, Transworld Business Advisors, is going to help you with that as well. And so when we come back on the other side of the break, we're going to talk with Paul Romero, Director of Sales and Marketing. Let's find out what's happening down there at the Hotel Zamora this summer. Some cool stuff happening and different events coming up. And we also got a top 5 coming up. We're going to do our top 5. I'm not sure what that tease is yet on that, but more from our expert contributors here in studio. And we want to thank you for listening to the show and help you win in any marketplace. Again, that's the goal. So reach out at our hotline at 813-670-7372. Call or text our hotline at 813-670-7372. And we'll see you on the other side of the break.
Hey, this is Grant Cardone, and you've been listening to the phenomenal Brandon Rhymes, the Consumer Quarterback Show.
To get in touch with Brandon, call 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. Listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, online at consumerqb.com. Brandon is Tampa Bay's #1 consumer advocate for real estate and financial advice. Call Brandon today at 813-670-7372.
All right, welcome back. Thanks for sticking with us. Brandon Rhymes here. I'm your host, Consumer Quarterback Show, and also a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay, and helping sellers profit more on the sale of their real estate properties, getting maximum exposure for our sellers through a lot of innovation with Facebook and Google marketing, in addition to our radio and TV show marketing. So a perfect example of that is a beautiful property I have here in St. Pete, 4711 Juanita Way South in St. Petersburg. This is a 4-bedroom, 3-bath pool home, beautiful property, $375,000, just hit the market, and it's in the Bayou Bonita Park. It's a great opportunity, great buying opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. And attention builders and developers, I've got an 84-acre property development opportunity for you, wooded and zoned ARG/PD, and it's located off of Valrico Road and convenient to I-75 and I-4, 2606 North Valrico Road in Sefner, $1.7 million, and it's a great buying opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. All right. right, coming up in the show as well, Ariana Grande raises more than $2 million for victims with Manchester One Love concert. And we also have the top 5 world-changing inventions as well. We're going to pose these questions to our expert contributors and see if they can guess these things. And then we also have in studio James Lascano, Transworld Business Advisors. We're going to hear more from James and talk about valuation of a business, how to sell a business, how to buy a business. And Stanley Armstrong, he's going to dive a little deeper as well into some of these estate sales that they're doing, these online estate sales, everything but the house. And now we have Paul Romero on the line. He's the Director of Sales and Marketing from our official hotel partner, the Hotel Zamora, the beautiful Hotel Zamora on lovely St. Pete Beach. Hey, Paul, how are things going?
Good, Brandon. How are you? Thanks for having me.
Yeah, wonderful. My pleasure, man. And so what's new around the Hotel Zamora down there?
Well, as you know, the Kimpton Hotel Zamora was the first new build on St. Pete Beach in over 2 decades, so that's very exciting. We're rolling out a lot of summer fun stuff. For example, every Thursday we're going to be doing a karaoke night on Rooftop 360. That's going to be karaoke. We'll have a barbecue out there, and that's every Thursday night, so that's going to be a lot of fun.
Very cool. Karaoke. Are we going to get Paul James up there? Do you think he's a little shy, though, right?
I think he's up there right now practicing.
Yeah, that's right. he's gonna be practicing, fine tuning. What's his jam? He's gonna be singing some good songs up there, right? The slow jams, or is he more of a pace guy?
I think he's more of a Sinatra guy. He's
there
more
you
of a
go.
Sinatra guy the New Yorker in him comes out. And Paul James, our Director of Food and Beverage, he just rolled out a new brunch menu as well. So it's a completely revamped menu with his spin on it. So it's a lot of great stuff on it.
Yeah, I love that. I love that menu. And, of course, the best creme brulee this side, east of the Mississippi, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, man. So, when you look at the Hotel Zamora, and again, it's new inventory. There's a lot of old inventory on the beach with the limited size in the ceiling. There's no vaulted ceilings at a lot of these places. And the Kimpton Zamora, Hotel Zamora here, you have a beautiful pool area. Boaters can dock up there. I mean, there's just so many things to do at this place.
Yeah, and we also have kayaks and bicycles that are all included in your room rate. So that's also great for the more active people that are such as yourself that really enjoy that kind of stuff. And for as far as the boat slips goes, those are all complimentary, first come, first served basis. So anybody this weekend wants to come up for a drink, a bite to eat, or even spend the night, just park your boat there and you're good to go.
Yeah, the boat docks, I love that. People coming up on the boats, enjoying a nice beverage by the pool, by the hot tub area, maybe getting out of that summer rainstorms that you may have from time to time and come and hang out. And that pool area is just amazing. It's a gorgeous opportunity. And the kayaks, too, what a great time there. The kayaks, you can go biking as well. Enjoy the beach cruisers running up and down the beach there, and just so many things to do at the Hotel Zamora on St. Pete Beach.
Thanks so much. Yes, absolutely. And, for any new listeners who have not heard about the Kimpton Hotel Zamora, our rooms are each 450 to 500 square feet each, so they're by far the biggest on the beach, by far the biggest in St. Petersburg. So our guests really, love all what the rooms have to offer.
Yeah, and especially if you get one of the suites as well, you've got the rooftop the balconies overlooking the intercoastal waterway, and I love it, the fact that you guys offer our listeners a discount code just for listening to the show of 10 or 20% off, just depending on the time of the year and the booking vacancy. We really appreciate that as well, Paul.
Of course, absolutely, and that discount's going to stay year round, and we're very excited to see some of your listeners come and ask for Paul James if you're in the restaurant. I'm sure he'll be there. He'll buy you your first round.
All right, Paul James will treat that first round of drinks. And oh man, I had the filet last time I was down. Great food. The chef Nick, right? Chef Nick, awesome chef.
Yeah, he's wonderful. He could be a Michelin star chef if he chose to be. That's Paul James' favorite line. Paul James is a Vegas guy, so he knows the Michelin star chefs, all up and down the east and west coast. So that's high kudos coming from him. So yeah, stop by the Castile restaurant or Rooftop 360 or even the pool bar, and you could try some of his cuisine.
Love it. I love it. So, Paul, parting words of advice for our listeners out there.
Book soon. We're filling up fast, and 4th of July weekend, that's a great time to be at St. Pete Beach as well, because there's not a better fireworks show than on the Rooftop 360. The views are just going to be spectacular. So come see us for July 4th, and we hope to see you soon.
Awesome. Paul Romero calling in there, Director of Sales and Marketing, Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora. Thanks, Paul. We appreciate that.
Thanks, Brandon. Have a great day.
You as well. All right, awesome place on the beach. You got to check it out. If you haven't been down there and you're thinking, well, I don't know if I can commit an actual overnight stay, just go and have breakfast, lunch, or dinner at the Castile restaurant. Check it out. Enjoy the pool area as well. If you're a boater like me, I love getting out there on the weekends with Freedom Boat Club. Just pull the boat up, hang out by the pool bar there, and just check it out. There's so many things to do. And Kipton's, the Hotel Zamora, St. Pete Beach, the official hotel partner of the Consumer Quarterback Show. All right, we're back here in studio, and let's go ahead and bring James Lascano back into the conversation, Transworld Business Advisors. So, James, let's deliver the timely truth. That's what we talk about here as a consumer advocate. Let's give our listeners out there some nuggets of advice when it comes to buying or selling a business or investing.
Thank you. One of the main things that I keep on hearing when we're talking with sellers and we're dealing is every seller has this word, and I think they use it, and it's been used so much, and it's being abused.
Right.
And it's when they say, look, this business has so much potential. And that's one of the things that almost goes as red flags, because when you hear that, you're like, okay, so a person could immediately say, well, there's potential, but you haven't taken advantage of it, so why should I be paying top dollar for the potential that you have not taken advantage of?
Right.
Something better maybe to say would be more like, with greater focus, the business will continue to grow, and I've lost that focus.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, and a lot of people, especially right now, since I'm dealing with a lot of baby boomers, they have lost that focus because they're already, they're tired.
Right.
I'm selling a business right now where the seller, she could very easily make another $100,000 net on her business. And when people ask her, why are you limited yourself here? She's like, because I'm tired. I've been doing this for 30 years, been running this business myself for 22 years, and I'm worn out. And she's a baby boomer. She's ready to move on. So she'll tell somebody, look, you can do whatever you want. She's never used that word, by the way, potential, which is I told her, don't use it because it's being abused. She's basically told people, look, I am tired, I'm worn out, I'm burnt out.
Right.
And I just want to move on with my life. I mean, I'm not turning down money. I just know that with more money that I could be making, there'll be other challenges that I'll have to face that I'm not willing to do that. The money is not as important as me basically just moving on. Everything's in place. And it's a great business. I mean, it's a spectacular business. But she basically has been very open about that. And obviously that sincerity has moved forward with a lot of people looking to purchase it right now. And
that's part of the life cycle of a business is, you've done it for 25, 35 years, some of these sellers that you're working with. So at that point, they're, like you said, they're kind of worn out. They're done with the business. They want to retire. They want to downsize. A lot of people that I'm working with, they're selling their big 3,000 square foot, 4,000 square foot home, and they're looking to downsize. Hey, we want just a smaller single family, maybe a condo. We want to travel more, enjoy some of our nest egg that we built up. So I like that idea. So one of the most important things that when people are in that position is making sure they have their income documents in place,
Correct.
Balance sheets, all those different investments, and potentially a business plan that they could turn over to the buyer and say, hey, here's the business in a box ready to go.
Exactly. You know what? That's using this lady as a great basically benchmark. She does do that. She has actually a book in her business that explains everything. So she tells me, look, if someday something were to happen to me, the book literally walks you through everything.
Nice.
I mean, this is besides her having a trust and all that. This is literally like, look, something happens to me, that she calls it the little black book. It's actually a really large book. But it has almost every type of contingency of her absence. I mean, the financials, the employee payments, the recruiting of other employees, everything is in there.
Yep.
And she said, I had to do this because when something happened to me and I wasn't prepared, it just put up red flags and said, look, I need to figure this out, because what if something does happen that I need to be absent of the business for a certain amount of time?
Yeah.
I need to make sure it continues to run well. So she put all types of contingencies all over the business to make sure that it will continue to flourish. And that's something that a lot of people don't do with their businesses.
Yep.
But that's something that if you want to sell a business, you should slowly be pushing yourself out and letting and delegating a lot more.
Absolutely.
It's
Bringing in good people, teaching the systems. I love the idea as well, and it's something I'm working on. One of my other businesses is creating a video library of how to do it. Here's how you do X, Y, and Z with the business.
Idea.
So that way you can have access through a video library. Maybe it's a paid fee type of scenario. So that's something that we'll talk about as well. More from James Lascano coming up, as well as Stanley Armstrong in the house, estate sales expert. And we're also going to talk about the top 5 world-changing inventions that changed the world. What are these top 5 inventions? So start thinking about that. See if you can guess along with our expert contributors, as well as our feel-good story of the week. Ariana Grande raises more than $2 million for victims of Manchester for One Love concert. More from our expert contributors on the other side of this break. Stay with us. Do not touch that dial.
Hey, this is Jarek Robbins. You are listening to the Consumer Quarterback Show with Brandon Rhymes. Please do what it takes to learn all that you have to live the life you want to live it fully, and find a way to give it by paying it forward to others.
Get in touch with Brandon online at consumerqb.com. listening to the consumer quarterback, Brandon Rhymes, cutting through your typical media nonsense and offering you a rational and unbiased perspective on current events and life in Tampa Bay. Online at consumerqb.com.
All right, welcome back. Brandon Rhymes here, your host of the Consumer Quarterback Show, helping you win in any marketplace, giving you that helicopter view of the market, making you just a bit more street smart out there. And we have in studio today, we've got James Lascano, Transworld Business Advisors, Stanley Armstrong, estate sales expert, everything but the house. And coming up later in the show as well, we're going to talk about Ariana Grande raising some money with the Manchester One Love concert, as well as the top 5 world-changing inventions. And we're also going to jump into our lightning round, give you some top tips, things to do, things to avoid. And we got a public service announcement here I want to let you know about. There is an opportunity, if you know of any families out there that are in need during the summertime. Some of the kids go hungry and they don't get as many meals as they should when they're during school years. So there's a pretty cool application, I guess you call it, that I came across. So if you know of anybody in this situation, all you have to do is text the word food to 877-877. Text the word food to 877-877. And this would be great to just post on your social media sites and let your friends know about. What happens is they're going to reply back with, okay, what is your zip code? Put in your zip code, and then boom, you've got locations where people can go and they can have a meal during the summertime. It's going to talk about churches or schools that are offering that. So text food to 877-877. That's our public service announcement for today. And got a couple of hot listings I want to let you know about as a top listing agent here in Tampa Bay. Featured in Florida Realtor Magazine multiple times. Coming out again in July here. I've got a new feature coming out. Also Top Agent Magazine. Got a couple of vacant lots I want to let you know about. I got a lot of vacant land, about 8 or 10 listings. If you're looking to buy land, I've got some land for you, residential and commercial opportunities. The first one is 0 Rue de Lacs in Tarpon Springs, Chateau de Lac in Tarpon Springs, $299,000 just reduced. Now, this is 1.13 acres, so it's a huge lot in an exquisite Chateau de Lac estate community. The community is elegant and surrounded by prestigious homes and situated on very close to Lake Tarpon there in the Tarpon Springs area. So great buying opportunity, as well as 0 St. Petersburg Drive in Oldsmar. This is a residential / multifamily opportunity. You could probably go ahead and change zoning as well to commercial, but it's a great opportunity to build your home or an investment potential on this vacant corner lot. $84,000 just reduced down to $84,000. Great opportunity here in beautiful Tampa Bay. Compliments of Platinum MVP Realty, our premium sponsor with the Quarterback Show. And let's go ahead and jump into our top 5 here. So let's do our top 5, guys. So James Lascano in the house, Transworld Business Advisors, and an expert in the areas of buying and selling businesses. And also Stanley Armstrong, estate sales expert here, everything but the house, ebth.com. So top 5 world-changing inventions according to top5bin.com. So let me hear what you got.
Well, I'm very methodical when I think about these things. So how far are we going back? Or are we going to start a time like if I said the wheel?
We're going back. Yeah, the wheel. Yeah, no, not that early.
I'm trying to understand.
That's a good one though. I mean that might be number 6 here.
No, because in physics there's 6 basic machines, and that one of them being the pulley, and like I don't understand. The question is very broad, but if you want to talk about now modern times, obviously I would say the computer.
Okay, the computer, I don't think it's on there, Braylon. Can you do that one for me? Grab the mouse and do that one. Sorry, James. I kind of buzzed you there. All right, Stanley?
I'm going to go for the combustible engine.
Internal combustion engine. I don't see it. Sorry about that, Stanley. Braylon's going to buzz you.
It's a very broad question.
All right, we're going to give you one more guess here. Top 5 world-changing inventions.
World-changing inventions.
Yeah. Come on. You can do it. You can do it.
An airplane?
Airplane is not on the list. Stanley?
I'm going to go with, let's go with the smartphone.
Smartphone is, number 4 is telephone. So you got telephone there. I think they were talking about where he says Watson, what was it, Watson on one end and the other guy. So it's almost possible to imagine a world without telephone. So it makes it to number 5 on our top 5. There's much debate exactly who invented it. The popular choice is Alexander Graham Bell, but up to 5 others have equal or better rights to claim the credit. Bell was the first to be awarded the patent. So that's a good guess there. And then number 4 was telephone. So number 5, electricity networks. So many cities Many cite the invention of the light bulb as one of the most important in history. So that was number 5. Number 3, transistor. While the transistor is a key component in just about every electronic device that has ever been made, we consider putting these things in computers, mobile phones on the top 5 list. Number 2, huge one. We surf it all the time. The internet. Surfing the internet, right? So the internet has changed the world and continues to do so. It's been made communications, commerce, and education easier. The platform gives a way for protesters to protest in repressive countries without the world. And so interesting. It has its origins in 1960 with the U.S. military research project. Over the next 2 decades, it was opened up to other uses. Then in 1989, Tim Berners-Lee created the protocols that allow us to use the web the way we do today. Pretty cool. So it wasn't Al Gore, right?
No, right.
Somehow they say that. Number 1, antibiotics. The development of drugs that halt the growth or kill bacteria started in the late 1800s, but the first commercial available antibiotic drug was not released until 1932. Penicillin was not fully developed until 1945, but it revolutionized the medical profession and the life expectancy and general health of the whole world. So pretty cool. There's our top 5 for today. All right, let's go ahead and talk about our Tell Me Something Good story here. Tell me something good. All right, Ariana Grande, go ahead.
Ariana Grande raises more than $2 million for victims of the Manchester One Love concert. Ariana Grande is expected to raise more than $2 million for the victims of Manchester terror attack with her One Love benefit concert. It has been reported. Early estimates show that more than $2 million had been raised for the victims of the terror attack at the American Singers Manchester concert less than 2 weeks ago. All the artists performed on Sunday at the Old Trafford for free in Live Nation as underwritten the cost of the event. Grande shouted, "Manchester, we love you," before the Black Eyed Peas. Williams said, "Manchester, London, we are here together and we are one." Others performing included Justin Bieber, Coldplay, Katy Perry, Miley Cyrus,
Imogen, I'm not sure.
Mumford and Sons, Heap, and Take That. Sunday's concert will raise money for victims of a suicide bombing that struck at the end of singer Ariana Grande's Manchester show May 22nd. The attack killed 22 and wounded dozens.
What do you think about that? Pretty good?
It's a good thing, but it's sad.
Good thing, but sad?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. They raised some money, and so that's your feel-good story of the week. And let's go ahead and jump into our lightning round.
The lightning round!
I am so good at lightning rounds!
I majored in lightning rounds.
All right, top tips, things to do, things to avoid. James Lascano, you're up first.
Definitely one of the things to do is give me a call, and let's talk about the business, whether you're a buyer or seller. Reach out to us. Transworld is the largest business brokerage firm in the state of Florida, second largest probably in the United States. We have 300 offices worldwide. We want to make sure that no matter what, that you are able to understand either what you're buying or what you're selling.
Get the evaluation done.
Exactly.
I think, get the valuation done, find out where you stand, and then also have a free consultation with James. Find out, where you're lacking in terms of balance sheets, income statements, all those important documents that a buyer is going to want to see. Exactly. Stanley?
Biggest thing I'd say is reach out to me or your website for my contact info, but reach out to me for a free consultation.
That's right.
Because people don't realize what the value that they have in their house. Yep. Sometimes they undervalue, sometimes they overvalue, but rather than deciding for yourself, reach out to us. Let me come in there and see what you've got, talk with you, and show you comps on similar things that we've sold in the past, and be able to really help you understand what you've got. So anything that you're selling, let me know anything about you. Heck, it could just be a car. If you're just selling a car and you want us to sell that for you, we do sell cars, and we've been averaging about 30% above Kelley Blue Book value for those vehicles. Yeah. And if you're looking for something to buy for your house, then go on our website and shop, ebth.com. But everything starts at $1 with no minimum and no reserve. Obviously, it's probably not going to sell for $1, but it all starts there.
Yeah.
And people can pay whatever the fair market value is for. We're going to get fair market value for you.
That's right. Yeah, don't leave money on the table in both instances here with James Lascano on the business side. If you're selling your business, get that valuation. Make sure you have everything in place when it comes to being prepared to meet with that buyer and that you price the property and the business properly. That's important. And then on Stanley's side, you look at an estate sale that's going to reach worldwide, utilizing the, number 2 best invention, world-changing inventions of all time, the internet.
That's right.
People are still using the old school, put the sign in the ground, and it happens in real estate. We see the FSBO sign go down, and they think they're going to get a good offer on it. And, you're leaving money on the table if that's the case. So I want to thank all of our expert contributors today, and Paul Romero as well, Director of Sales and Marketing at the Kiptons, the Hotel Zamora, for calling in. I want to thank all of our listeners and viewers of our TV show as well on WeBeam TV. And we want you to please go out there and consider committing a random act of kindness. Something as simple as packing up leftover food you may have, carrying it with you to and from your commute to work, handing it to that person that you see in need, and be a force for good in the community. Maybe buy a cup of coffee or lunch for a serviceman or woman, a police officer, sheriff's deputy that you see out there. Be a force for good out there, and continue to tune in to the Consumer Quarterback Show. It's your most important hour on the radio, full of consumer content advice. Check out our Facebook page and YouTube channel for replays of our show. We'll see you next time.
You've been listening to the Consumer Quarterback, Brandon Rhymes. Whether it's real estate, consumer, or financial advice, let Brandon call your next play. Contact Brandon Rhymes at 813-670-7372. That's 813-670-7372. Online at consumerqb.com. And join us next time for the Consumer Quarterback Show, weekday afternoons at 5 on AM 1380.